I have to admit, it's time. Now, I know what you're thinking. What is it time for, Lemon? You haven't really done anything yet. And, yeah, I don't like manually doing things. It just takes too long. I want my emeralds and I want them now. And if I have to constantly be working on mining pumpkins and melons with the silk touch axe, I'm going to keep getting annoyed. So we are going to take what is this manual pumpkin melon farm. We're going to put it underground and we are going to make a pumpkin melon farm automation so that I can get all the pumpkin melons for the villager trading. What I do with these pumpkins and melons is I work on getting as many as possible right now so that I can trade them to the farmer villagers for some emeralds. So primarily my two source of emeralds right now has been the iron farm, but then I'm using all my iron for the villager trading hall and not able to use it for the farms that I want to use it for. And then I'm also using it for the pumpkin melons for the emeralds. So I want to get away a little bit from using the iron farm and go more towards the pumpkins melons. And so that's what I'm going to be working on today is getting those pumpkins and those melons into these farms down below. And we're going to try and get those all automated and get a nice little setup underneath the ground so that way we can get that automated and start getting some more emerald production going so that we can build a building, a true house for our villagers. We don't want to leave them in these bays. That's why I left them in the mine carts because this is just a temporary setup, but I do intend to move them out and into their own little home, and that's going to be another episode, but so that's a little bit of a what's coming up. But today, this is what we're going to be working on. So let's jump right into this beautiful time lapse of me working on the pumpkin melon farm. Let's go. And just like that, the first one is completed. But like I said, this is just the first one. I need to make another pumpkin one over here, and then 2 melon ones over here. So let's go ahead and jump into it, and then I'll explain to you how all of these works, and how they operate, and how they're going to help us. And just like that, we have a completed pumpkin and melon farm. So I went ahead and did 4 bays of this. So over here we have the pumpkin side, which is going to do all the different pumpkins that we have. So while I was working on the melon farm, this is what I was able to get for this side, and this is what I was able to get for this side, which this was the second one that was built. So that one's going to be running a little bit slower. And then the melons, they're slowly coming in. We have over here none. But over here we have some. We're just waiting on those to grow a little bit. As you can tell, they're still in their 71% growth rate. Once these grow a little bit higher, we'll get more of things like that. And then once they become fully mature, we'll get more. I probably should have, as a point of wisdom, bone mealed them. I thought about it. I grabbed the bone meal, but then I never actually utilized it on this side or this side. I should have thought of that. Anyway, how this farm works is up at the top you have observers, and the observers sense when there's any sort of growth, and they trigger signals to the pistons. The pistons then break the pumpkins or the melons, and they just sit on top of the block right here. And then underneath we have a minecart with hopper running through collecting all of those, and as it runs through, it drops it into these hoppers. This is so we have quicker unloading as we start to develop more and more, and so that means that we are going to have to have more of the pumpkins and melons running through here, and picking it up faster and unloading it faster so that that minecart with hopper doesn't get full. But yeah, so we have 2 melon ones over here and 2 pumpkin ones over here. Eventually I want to get them into the villager trading hall that I develop and build, but for now this is just kind of a basic setup to get me started. The main reason why I want to get started with this is for my villager trading hall, so I stop using all of my iron for emeralds, and I can start using other resources as well for emeralds, so I can get better, faster trades options available to me. So yeah, that's how the pumpkin and melon farm works, and I wanted to have a good bit of it so that I never run out. Eventually I'll probably get too much of it and end up composting it, but for now this is the best method that I could think of to do, and maybe I'll sell it, who knows, but for now this is what I've got so far, and eventually I'll expand storage, move storage, push storage into other areas, and then compost whatever's left over, add auto crafters for the melons so that way they are into full melons rather than just the melon slices, because right now all we're getting is those slices, but eventually we will get the auto crafter in place once I figure that out, and we'll put in the full melon block in there. That's going to do it for this short episode today, but I just wanted to get this knocked out and ready to go, and now we have all 4 of these completed, and we have some room to put some other farms. Maybe we could put a cactus farm or something else cool in here, kind of hidden away back in here, and get some green dye, or maybe we could do like a bamboo farm. Who knows? But we have some room to expand, and so I definitely want to do that. I did start this out at ground level, and I realized that I wasn't able to go to the build height that I had for this, and if I dug up too much more, it wouldn't work. So I decided to go with this method instead, kind of working on giving me enough room to be able to build, which means I had to dig into the ground a little bit more to make it work. But hey, it worked out in the end, and we have a functioning pumpkin melon farm set up. All right, well, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you haven't already, consider liking and subscribing to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a single episode. Also, leave a comment letting me know what kind of mob farm you want to see next here on the channel, and we will go ahead and get that set up and maybe work on building something like that. I know soon I'm going to need a gold farm. I need a gold farm so that I can do my villager curing up above, and I'm probably going to need a mob farm soon as well so that I can get a villager curing station in place and start lowering those prices even more. All of this is kind of centered around the villages, but eventually we will get to our big build, and that'll be much more involved. So I'm trying to build up some of those initial resources up front so that I can go ahead and get to the big builds on the server. But we have a lot of time, and so I just kind of wanted to get started with some basic farms and get going with that. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out and watching, and we'll see you again next time.
Because I live right next to. Oh, down in worship.
Probably checking on the shops.
Let's go. Let's do a meet. Think he gives autographs? Think he'll accept one of my watches? Oh no! What have you done?
Oh.
No way! I want your autograph. Come back.
He just. I guess the guy got all his money or something.
Yeah. You think he'll be back? Did you see that?
He joined!
Who joined?
I want his autograph. Join back. I'll meet you at your caravan. I just want your autograph, man. Maybe a picture.
The guy joined?
Yes!
Oh.
When?
Look at the chat!
I didn't see him. I didn't see him. Yeah,
You're
no, I don't see
blind.
it up here.
Well,
You're
I mean,
blind.
I looked in the chat. It doesn't say it.
You're
I think this proves. I mean, me and Kelmore are online right now. So.
And
yes,
me.
It fits not online. Ooh.
Interesting.
Why is there a skulker right here? Somewhere.
It's
Wait,
just.
is medieval? I was gonna say is medieval on, but medieval's not on.
Nope.
Dang.
See, me, Caribou, the guy, Kelmore, Muffin Man. No Mr. Fitz.
What guy?
Do you see that, Medieval? No Mr. Fitz. He claims he's working on the server or something.
Yeah, the server.
Yeah.
Do you have an extra birch sign I could use for no reason?
I just saw the
No reason
guy.
at all. Where?
He just locked off in front of me.
Oh. I want his autograph. Can you sign my piece of bread?